The events in this program are inspired by a true story. Names, dates, and details have been changed. Viewer discretion is advised. On this episode of Bizzare Murders, Murphy's having a great night. Just 3 weeks ago, Murphy couldn't pay his tab.
It's me again.
But tonight, the drinks are on the house, and they feed Murphy as much alcohol as he likes.
This is costing us money.
But all is not as it seems.
Make it look like an accident.
Prohibition-Era Chicago is no place for fools. Black Tuesday was a day that shook the world. The complete crash of the 1929 stock market triggered the infamous Great Depression. By 1932, 15 million Americans are out of work. And making matters worse, Prohibition was still in full force. So you couldn't even drown your sorrows in a tumbler of gin, unless it's in an illegal establishment, commonly known as a speakeasy.
Never better. Hit me with another if you don't mind. Tastes like more, as they say.
Meet Murphy. Murphy hasn't always been a shameless drunk. As a young lad fresh off the boat from County Cork, Ireland, he had big dreams. He became a beat cop in Chicago, but lost his job when the drink got the better of him. And when the economy fell off a cliff, things went from bad to worse. Now, when Murphy isn't pissed, he walks dogs and cleans windows part-time for lunch money.
Like thousands of other men in Depression-era Chicago, Murphy spends most nights sleeping rough. He's got no family, and his only friends are the fellow barflies who haunt the speakeasies of downtown Chi-Town. The poor guy owes money to almost every juice joint in town.
Give me one more, Nikki.
Forget about it. You're done. You're cut off.
Come on, Nikki, you'll get your money.
Times are tough. Do you understand?
Just one more for old time's sake.
Forget about it.
It's Nikki's joint, and like so many others, he's cut off Murphy's credit.
How you doing there, fella?
But he lets the old Irishman hang around and sweet-talk drinks from customers, charmed by his tall Irish tales.
Listen, could you help a fella out who's down on his luck?
Nikki's struggling just as much as the next guy. There's a price war raging in Chicago's illicit liquor trade, and his business is hanging on for dear life.
Money can be a dangerous temptation. Good people will do bad things to get their hands on it. Surprise! I know of a case where a guy stabbed his best friend to death over 20 bucks, a half-eaten sandwich, and 3 cigarettes. Like they say, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Diamonds. Thank you.
Nikki and his crew are generally good guys. They come from all walks of life, but have one thing in common: the depression. Each guy is as broke as the next.
All the numbers at the bar. You tell me.
His bartender, Joe, is a former chemist who lost his shirt in the crash of '29.
It's been brutal out there.
How can it be bad to drive people around?
Danny's a chauffeur. Not too many fares these days. It's hard times for these fellas. They need a fix. But what?
Crime goes up when times are tough. You're always going to have your professional criminals, but when work is scarce and you've got nothing but time on your hands, regular folks start sniffing around. Suddenly, the idea of breaking the law, it ain't so bad.
I almost miss my ex-girlfriend, you know? She died a few months ago.
Nikki's girlfriend recently passed, and the only beneficiary to her life insurance was him. Nikki made off with $1,000, which gets him thinking.
You know what we need to do, boys? We need to make our own luck. Let's say we find you a brother.
A brother.
A brother. You take out an insurance policy on him.
What if they find someone they can create false identification for? Then Joe takes out a healthy insurance policy on his brother.
He collects a policy, and we split it 3 ways.
So you get a fake brother and wait for him to die? How does that help us?
This brother, unfortunately, has an accident.
They kill the guy and get the insurance money. They divvy up the moolah. Done.
just as long as the autopsy says he died by accident.
I like this. I like this. You get it now?
That's how we make our luck and we make our money.
Okay, yeah.
So, do you think we can find a sucker in this town?
Yeah, Chicago's crawling with him.
Well, boys, we got some work to do to change our luck.
Nowadays, it's pretty tough to get away with an insurance scam like this. The insurance companies are all over this stuff, as are the police. But 80 years ago, not so much. Nikki and his gang of geniuses are actually on to something here. All you need to do is find somebody washed up with no family who no one would notice or care if they went missing. What they need is a nobody.
Hey, Murphy, come on over for a drink. We missed you.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Where have you been all this time?
Oh, you know, just here and there. Thank you very much.
Murphy is the perfect mark, the kind of person no one will miss. And the plan is simple. Murphy will accidentally drink himself to death, and Joe will collect the insurance money and divvy it up with the other three schemers. I mean, a drunk like Murphy already has one foot in the grave, right? Right? Or so they rationalize.
With the help of an unscrupulous insurance agent, Joe takes out no less than 3 life insurance policies on his brother, Murphy, for $3,500.
Sign it within 10 days?
$3,500 divided by 3 nets each man about $1,160.
Thank you, sir.
Worth just over $20,000 today.
Do us this favor. Sign the paper, and you can have as much as you want to drink. I promise.
I just got a sign.
That's right.
This guy signs my brother. That's it.
When you offer a whale like Murphy free booze, he'll do pretty much whatever you want. Sign an illegal document for you? No problem. Hell, he might even sign his own death warrant for that precious juice.
All right. Round of drinks for everyone.
To Murphy.
To Murphy.
To Murphy.
Cheers.
For the next week, Murphy binge drinks all day and night.
I don't know what's with this guy. That's like his 30th drink today.
I don't know, but I don't like it. This guy's unbelievable. He's not human.
Murphy is somehow actually invigorated by the 24-hour diet of liquor. He's a new man. It's like he's drinking from the elixir of life itself.
Worried about the escalating cost to the bar, Nikki and Joe start serving him the bathtub hooch, with which Chicago is awash. It's dangerous stuff that's blinded and killed many since the start of Prohibition. Surely this will finish Murphy off. But no siree. Murphy just keeps on going.
It's been over a week, and this guy still ain't done. All I asked was for someone stupid and simple. What do I find? Lazarus.
That's why we're using this.
A tin can.
No, it's antifreeze, you idiot.
You got car problems?
No. I used to be a chemist, all right? I'm gonna mix together a little cocktail. It's gonna put this prick out for good.
Hey.
Huh? Huh?
Huh?
Yeah?
Huh?
Nikki and the gang are losing patience. A little antifreeze mixed into his whiskey ought to do the trick.
You feeling all right there, Murph?
Never better. Hit me again, if you'd be so kind.
Not even a drink laced with antifreeze slows Murphy down.
You guys want to explain to me how he's still alive? This is costing us money. Huh?
I don't know, Joe. What happened to your fancy cocktail idea?
I don't know, Danny. I don't see you doing anything. This guy's a machine. Any ideas? That's what I thought. Useless.
All right, listen. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pour him a full glass of antifreeze. No mix, no nothing. Straight, just the antifreeze. We gotta have this guy dead fast.
The gang is now banking that this is the remedy that finally does him in. Murphy is costing them more money each day in alcohol, and the upcoming premiums are really going to bite. And these boys need a solid return on their investment.
Hey, Murphy. We got some special hooch for you today.
Well, lovely.
Oh, yeah.
Do we ever? Here you go, Murph.
Well, I'd say no, but it'd be impolite. Smells a bit funny.
Yeah, it's just the strength. It's strong.
It's not a great taste, eh, Joe?
Does the job, though, Murph.
That's good stuff. Expensive. Come on, Murph. Attaboy.
Seems like Nikki and Joe have finally done it. A full glass of antifreeze is all it took in the end. Now they have to call a doctor and tell them that Murphy just drank himself to death.
Hello, Doc? Yeah, it's Nikki. He fell over like a sack of potatoes. He's done. Done like dinner. Huh? Hang on. Doc, I'm gonna call you back.
Hit me again.
What's it gonna take to put Murphy down? I mean, this guy is indestructible. It's like all those years of hard drinking has pickled him. Not even some nasty bathtub gin or a pint of antifreeze has made a dent, and antifreeze usually does. This guy isn't mortal, and the longer he lives, the more he drinks through Nikki's measly profits. If they want the life insurance money, they gotta make it look accidental.
I don't get it.
Suggestions. Booze doesn't kill him. Antifreeze doesn't kill him. Come on. Give me some ideas here.
All right. So this one time I was working for a florist.
Danny recalls a story of a young man who dropped dead after eating raw oysters.
Raw oysters.
Yeah.
What can we lose?
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's feed him raw oysters. Let's go.
You hungry, Murph?
Well, that's very kind of you. As always, I wouldn't say no. Lovely.
You enjoying that, Murphy?
That's good. What's in it?
They move from oysters to rancid sardines, topped off with some delicious carpet staples and pieces of shaved metal for good luck.
Just like Mother used to make.
They try more gourmet sandwiches, this time with tacks and ground glass.
A bit crunchy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the seeds, Murph, and the bread.
That's lovely.
Still nothing. Murphy seems better than ever. Desperate, they get risky and top up Murphy's drinks with rat poison, turpentine,
Oh, like the tears of an angel.
horse liniment. Sure, this could raise a suspicion of murder, but they've got to do something, and fast.
Hit me again.
Murphy knocks it all back like a champ.
Murphy is costing them money. With every day that Murphy stays alive, they lose money. What a jerk. With 3 sets of expensive insurance policies out on him, the premiums are starting to add up. It's becoming a bad return on their investment. There's a ticking clock to this crime. They have to kill Murphy before he's no longer valuable. It's a good thing these clowns aren't bankers.
At this point, Nikki and the gang are at a loss. The old drunk is superhuman. The man's stomach is a trash compactor. Clearly, a new approach is needed. Nikki explains to the guys that his girlfriend froze to death sleeping outside overnight. Should do the trick with Murphy. given Murphy's superhuman status, they want to take things up a notch.
Oh, this guy's gonna be so blotto, he's not gonna know what hit him. Oh, yeah.
Man,
Take off the shirt.
gonna go.
Yeah, just take it off. Hurry up, I'm freezing. Oh, yeah. He's gonna be like an ice cube tomorrow. Let's go.
Let's get out of here.
These idiots will do just about anything to get rid of their good pal Murphy before it doesn't make any more financial sense. They already tried a broken glass sandwich with a rat poison chaser. Sure, why not leave him out overnight in the middle of January? You talk about cold-blooded.
The next day, the gang eagerly scans the papers for news of a homeless man found frozen to death overnight. But there's nothing to be found.
It's a bit chilly out there, fellas.
Full disclosure, I don't have a medical degree to back this up, but over my years at the FBI, we encountered a number of freaks of nature that could take more punishment than regular people, like a 120-pound woman lifting a burning truck off her son who was trapped beneath it. Murphy, rest assured, is definitely one of these types.
The gang is forced to call in outside expertise. One of Nikki's clients goes by the name of Tough Tommy. He's just the guy they need.
You need to take this Murphy character out.
Tommy, you don't understand. This guy's tough as nails.
Use a bigger hammer.
Tough Tommy is a real gangster, not like Nikki and his pals.
Ain't he a driver? You got a car.
Tommy offers up the easiest solution possible. Run Murphy over with a car. Happens all the time, especially to drunks wandering the streets at night. Makes a ton of sense.
Real simple. It should be easy for you guys.
Come to think about it, why didn't Nikki and the guys start with this? Shaved metal sandwiches with a shot of turpentine?
It's the middle of the night when Nikki and Joe put their latest plan into action. Murphy is too blotto to know what's going on.
Let's go. All right, Danny, go get the car. Hold him up straight. Rev it up, Danny. Rev it up. Come on, fast.
Driving full steam ahead right into the poor bastard wasn't enough. Seriously? They figure they better back over poor Murphy a couple of times just for good measure. I guess they gotta go for broke at this point.
The next day, there's nothing in the newspapers about the body of a run-over drunk being found, so they call around. But there's no corpse matching Murphy's description in any local morgue.
Now, these guys have a real problem. Without a body, they can't collect. And Murphy, it seems, has vanished and taken the insurance money with him. At this point, they've got no choice but to find Murphy, dead or alive.
Fearing and half expecting he actually survived, they call every hospital in the city.
Yeah, I got a friend of mine. He's around 50 years old, big blue eyes, Irish accent, smells like liquor. He's gotta be there. What? Double check. Come on, this is the last hospital in the whole city. He's gotta be there. No, that's impossible.
Day after day passes, with no sign of Murphy.
And that home run, bottom of the ninth, what a play.
Hey, Nikki.
No,
Oh, I'm dying for a drink.
that's impossible.
You wouldn't believe what happened to me. I woke up in the hospital. They told me I'd been hit by a car.
You don't say.
Yeah. But then the policeman didn't find any ID on me, so they figured I was a bum. They didn't register me.
Uh-huh.
Aside from a crick in the neck, I'm as fit as a fiddle.
Uh-huh.
And I sure am a thirsty fiddle.
Uh-huh.
You wouldn't mind setting me up for a drink, would you?
Oh, God.
Murphy is truly indestructible. People are talking about him like he was the Rasputin of Chicago. Hell, I'd believe it. Word on the street is that the old Irish drunk just cannot be killed.
Unbelievable. I can't believe this guy is still alive. He's like a freak of nature.
Tell you what we do. Put a bullet in his head.
We can't put a bullet in his head, all right? The insurance policy doesn't pay. Then all this work goes down for nothing. We need a home run. 100%.
The gang is frantic. They have to kill Murphy now, or they'll never get the return on their investment. They need a sure thing. They try something even Murphy won't be able to survive. A pillow soaked in chloroform will both keep him unconscious as well as ensure death by suffocation.
Sweet dreams, Murphy.
Done now, huh?
Stubborn prick.
Bastard.
In the end, not even Murphy can survive massive heart failure caused by suffocation. They take Murphy's dead body to Dr. Lynch, a crooked doctor they promised to cut in on the insurance money. Pneumonia is listed as the cause of death. Joe immediately sets out to collect the insurance money.
Not sure why these geniuses are patting themselves on the back for finally getting the job done. It only took them a couple dozen tries. You don't get a medal for that. And in the end, they resorted to suffocating the guy. Oh yeah, that looks real accidental. People accidentally suffocate all the time.
It took months and more than 24 attempts before Nikki and the gang finally killed Murphy. They spent $1,875 to cash in on a $3,500 policy.
Murphy might be gone, but unfortunately for the gang, he is far from forgotten. Rumors of the indestructible barfly, now widely known across town as Iron Murphy, reach the coppers, and to them, it looks a lot like murder. They open an investigation, and the remaining 2 policies are put on ice.
Murphy's body is exhumed, and it doesn't take long for the authorities to determine that Murphy did not die of natural causes. The police grilled Dr. Lynch, the shady character who signed Murphy's death certificate, stating the cause of death as pneumonia.
I'm not surprised the good doctor sings like a canary when the police put the screws to him. After all, this is a guy who signs fake death certificates to earn some extra scratch. And it isn't long before the gang is rounded up and dubbed the Syndicate of Sin by the press.
The trial is front-page news and the talk of the town. Dr. Lynch gets off easy and is sent to the big house for 3 months. Nikki, Joe, and Danny don't make off quite so lucky. All 3 are given the death penalty.
Electric chairs back then were notoriously unreliable, and it often took a few tries before they did the job. Ironically, Nikki, Joe, and Danny all fry on the first attempt, but isn't that just their luck? The so-called Syndicate of Sin thought they'd hatched the perfect get-rich-quick scheme, but they didn't count on the insane fortitude of Iron Murphy, or the fact that all 3 of them are grade A idiots.